Okay, so we are finally branching out from just reviewing mousepads and mice. In this video we are checking out the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro headset. So I'm by no means an audiophile expert, but I've played competitive games for far too long, and I competed in international tournaments in Call of Duty 1 and Call of Duty 4 online and in LAN. So I have spent a lot of time listening to in-game audio, trying out different headsets and headphones, trying to find the perfect audio setup for gaming. But let's get on with the review, and as the Blackshark V2 Pro is a wireless headset, let's start with the wireless implementation. I can hear absolutely no delay, and that's not really a surprise to me, as the wireless implementation on their mice has been pretty much perfect for a couple of years already. I've been using these for work about 8 hours per day, and then about 3 hours additionally for gaming and video editing and stuff. And after 2 days of using it, I charged the headset overnight. And to be fair, there is also about 15 to 20% charge left when I usually start charging the headset. One thing that I really do like about the headset is that when you turn the headset on, they are pretty much instantly connected to your system. The connection speed, or whatever you want to call it, is also very nice when you run out of range and get back into the range. Once you're in range, the connection is established pretty much instantly again. Battery life and the wireless implementation are of course very important in a wireless headset, because the only reason you get a wireless headset is because of convenience, in my opinion. And a decent battery life, good range and fast connectivity improve convenience quite a lot. You can go ahead and get a cup of coffee in the middle of your match and expect to hear all the sounds, or if you run out of range, you can expect to be reconnected instantly when you're back in range. Considering the look and quality of the Blackshark V2 Pros, in my opinion they look really nice with the full black design. With first glance they might look a little bit flimsy, but these are actually very well built, and even though I have dropped these a couple of times at least in the past 2 months that I've used them, they still feel like brand new. They're also very comfortable on your head, as the memory foam ear cushions are very soft and nice, and then again the headset itself is quite flexible, so it sort of molds into your head, and the cushioning on the headband is also very soft and comfortable. There is also a lot of flex and a good amount of height adjustment, so it should be good for those with large heads as well. The ear cups are also fairly large, so my whole ear fits into there, and there is also some soft foam in the center if your ears happen to hit there. But in terms of gaming, how good is the headset? Firstly, I need to say that no wireless headset will perform as good as a really good set of headphones. That being said, the difference in terms of positional audio can be really small, so something like convenience can be a key factor for you to decide to actually get a wireless headset. The Blackshark V2 Pros with their default settings are definitely not a match for the best headphones on the market. But when you actually tweak these, use the EQ a little bit, you'll get very close. The passive noise cancellation on the Blackshark V2 Pro works fairly well, but it's nothing magical. For example, my Fractal Design Meshify 2 is not the most soundproof case, and I can hear fan sounds through the headset very softly. In my opinion, the two most important things for headsets are imaging and soundstage. And for me and the games I play, imaging is far more important than soundstage. As the Blackshark V2 Pros are a closed back headset, as most gaming headsets are, the soundstage is not going to be very large. But the imaging I would say is decent. It's easy for me to pinpoint where the enemies are coming from in CSGO, Valorant and for example Apex, and after tweaking the settings in Synapse, they even sound good in Warzone. Warzone is one of those games where there are a lot of explosions and quite a bit of ambient sounds, so a lot of bass can really drown out those footsteps and accurate positional audio from like gunshots and stuff. After tweaking the EQ settings, I really can't find any massive downsides on the sound quality or the spatial audio, and I'm very happy with this performance in a competitive setting. So let me show you what I found to be the best settings for these headphones, and those EQ settings actually apply to most gaming headsets available. So these are the settings that I'm using at the moment, and the EQ here is where the magic happens, and I'm also been testing this sound normalization thing. I feel this can be good for games where the footsteps are very quiet and explosions and such are very loud. So these are my EQ settings at the moment, and the most important thing here is to get rid of some of that bass. So I basically changed the 31 and 63 Hz to -5 and the 125 Hz to -4. Then I've upped some of the highs, so the 16 kHz is 4, the 8 kHz is 3, 4 kHz is 2 and the 2 kHz is 1. So this is the sound profile that I prefer. You of course do not need to use exactly these settings to have good audio, but I highly recommend that you drop some of those lows at least to get rid of some of the bass. You can also use this THX spatial audio, which can help with immersion in some games, and it can also improve positional accuracy in competitive games, in theory, because I do not think that these work very well on most headsets. I myself would recommend disabling it completely, or using it in manual mode and use stereo mode here. I'm pretty sure that stereo mode is the exact same as having it completely disabled. Then we of course also have to take a look at the microphone.
Okay, so I'm talking through the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro microphone, and this is the kind of volume that you get when the mic volume is at 100. There are also features like voice gate, which can block some sounds out, for example if you have an AC unit in your room. Also enhancements like voice normalization, which I can demo here. It should just remove some of the loud noises and then again increase some of the soft noises that I make, or some of the lower noises. This might be useful for you, especially if you scream quite a bit sometimes and you don't want those screams to be very loud for your audience. For vocal clarity, I really do not know that much what it does, but here is a clear explanation straight from Razer. And there is also this ambient noise reduction checkbox that you can use. It should just get rid of some of those noises on your background. There is also the microphone EQ that you can use. There are some preset settings like, for example, these ones, and then you can do a custom thing if you want. I'm really not a microphone expert myself, but I know that if you guys just want to communicate with your team in game, microphones like these do their job just fine. But if you want to create content or stream, I would heavily recommend for you to invest in a USB or an XLR microphone.
So should you actually get the Blackshark V2 Pros? The only reason to get a wireless headset is the convenience. These days they also sound very good, so they do not lose that much to the best headphones on the market in terms of like in-game audio, but for music they do not sound as good or clear as some high-level headphones and a good DAC amp setup. In regards of wireless competition, I've only tried the Logitech G Pro X wireless headset, and in my opinion the Blackshark V2 Pro is just a better headset. It weighs slightly less, it's more comfortable, and the wireless connectivity is also better, but the sound quality is pretty much the same. The official price is $180, which is about $10 less than the G Pro X. There is also the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless that I haven't tried, and that's available for about $150. But if you're looking for the absolute best positional audio performance for your in-game setups, I would go for a good pair of IEMs or some headphones. But that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button, and see you in the next one.